Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian. Today I'm talking Love is Blind Sweden. This is the season two reunion. Um, we didn't see anything when the final episode dropped. The final two episodes that when it wasn't on the drop down, so I knew they were gonna do it, but that's why I'm a little late on this because I didn't really see I didn't have a date to plan for. So, but we got there and it was 9 months after the wedding, which is nice. And we had a majority of the main cast back, all the couples that were there originally. We had a few stragglers come in later, aka Tim. But we open up. I'm just really going to go couple by couple. So Nicholas comes in, Nicholas, and he comes in by himself. Panel's like, "Where is Karen?" And this is gonna be the theme of the episode where they're trying to hide details about themselves, and then they have some big reveal. Nicholas makes a comment where it's like, I have a new girl in my life. And right after he says that, Karen comes in, she's pregnant, and she brings herself. She's 9 months pregnant. So they pretty much got pregnant immediately after the show finished filming. And they had a little funny video of them doing a pregnancy test, which I thought was funny. He is an actor. I don't know. He could have just been overblowing it, but I thought his facial expressions were funny. But they're doing good. So I know this is the guy said this was the one couple I could see making it. And I felt like them not having an argument ever is what they said. Could be an issue. Like when he came in by himself, I was like, oh, maybe it finally caught up to them. And yeah, they're still together. And I mean, that's pretty much all that we have for them. I mean, it's obviously big news. Baby, somebody else I think in the previous season also has babies as well. So that's good to know. I think the success rate on Sweden is pretty good. Yeah. So let's move on to Ola and Millie. They had like a whole segment on this guy, like how he's like some guru and his little thing, because you actually have to listen to this with you have to read the subtitles on this one for USA because they don't do the reunions in subtitle or dubbing. Which is good. You just actually really got to read and pay attention. But they do a little thing about his and Millie's like, I have PTSD every time I hear that. I was like, I don't blame you. And they try to make this guy look like he's really sweet and cool, and Oscar looks up to him like a father figure, and I'm like, dude, this dude's a weirdo. I don't know why you want him to be your father figure. They didn't talk about Bay at all, like his that one girl that came over to Millie's that I thought was his sister, but it wasn't. That was something that I got banged for on videos, but we didn't really. I don't think we dove that deep into him about his. I think Jacob asked him about the hair and but it's just no one got burnt. No one got really roasted here, and that's my only problem with this reunion is I feel like there were some things that people could answer for, and they just didn't do it. But I guess the USA one's trash. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I think other countries are a little more respectable most of the time, and I just think USA is just trash all the time, and I mean that's why we like it. But no updates on him. I think she was interested in Oscar. He's like, I'm not dating anybody, so they're obviously not together. Ola, he's just he's a weirdo. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. That's the nicest way I can say it is that he's a weirdo. And not terribly deep on either of those two, which is unfortunate. Other married couple, we had Victor and Natalie. They're together as well. They kind of made it sound like they didn't really play the acting game like Karen and Nicholas and the other Carolina and Jacob, but they said they're doing okay. They're better than ever. They had a little couple hiccups when the show first stopped filming, and they got back. They reconnected, and everything's better. They claim everything's better, so we'll see if what that really means. And I guess if we do the after the altar, that'll be the real true test of if people are really still together and things like that. But yeah, nothing crazy on them. I mean, it was an hour and a half, almost it was an hour 15, and I just felt like we didn't get that much information, besides the pregnancy and some few other tiny tidbits. I didn't think that it was groundbreaking stuff here. Carolina and Jacob, they try to make us believe that they're not together with their dialogue, but then they are together. But she apparently has private life issues where they are not currently living together. And I saw online that people are probably speculating that she's got help her with her family or something like that, which is totally understandable. They appear okay from what we see on their body language. I didn't think it was that bad. And everybody's body language I thought was on the better side. People who were together, so I think they're telling the truth. So again, like they didn't really dive into it, and I don't think they need to dive into like what's really going on with like her personal life. But they're together. We'll see what happens after that. They did a couple more videos of like the post. Like, but again, if it's not anything juicy, I mean, I don't really care. Oscar and Alicia. He says he's not been dating. I mentioned that earlier. Millie and Oscar did hang out, didn't go anywhere. Like I said, he like looks up to a father figure to Ola. They had like montage. I mean, they just trying to make try to really paint Ola in like a really positive light, and it just I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong. It just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I don't know. I don't know, nothing about that dude was giving me like good positive vibes. So yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, they're gonna edit the way they want to edit it. But Alicia Tim comes out and she like says the feelings never really went away. Um, And then he drops a bomb that he is seeing somebody else, and I think he should have done that at really like the first sentence that he came out here. But like he kind of like even the whole time you think like, oh, they're staring at each other, the way they're looking like, oh, they maybe they're like, let's hang out. And he's like, I have a girlfriend. So I also saw online that he was on like another Sweden dating show in the past, so maybe he's an F boy. But yeah, we wrapped up the season. I thought the season was pretty good for the most part. Interesting man on the show, I would say. Definitely throughout the entire universe of this franchise, that some of the weirder ones. And Oscar definitely messed up because Alicia is definitely out of his league, and yeah, like whatever the positive is for her, like he definitely messed it up because I mean he doesn't know what's going on with his life, and just it's just a strange egg. But yeah, we'll be back for other things. We just dropped the Southern Charm Part 2 reunion of the season. That wraps up that show. We also are still covering things like Farmer Wants a Wife. We have Summer House. We have The Amazing Race. We have Survivor. We have Extracted. Do Love and Hip Hop. So we have a ton of shows, and then now we have some stuff opening up. So I mean, if you have any show suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I'll definitely give it a shout and check it out, and maybe even do a video on it. But I appreciate everyone watching this and the entire season if you were with me, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.